Court as he gets started for his semi-final. And Tina, the route setters on this first section for the men said it's straightforward but hard climbing.
Yeah.
Lots of little crimps here straight away. Does a start like this phase athletes, or is it just their bread and butter, is what they're used to doing?
I definitely prefer more physical, more simple climbing in the beginning because you get into the flow state pretty fast. But a lot of climbers, of course, like more tricky routes.
Yeah, that flow state, you can sometimes see it with athletes. They're just like water on the wall, floating upwards. Nathaniel Coleman, easy through this first section. As he crosses over into this pinchy section. Yeah, one of those moves that I would imagine seemed like a really good idea up until the moment where she did it.
Yeah.
And then you're suddenly heel hooking your own fingers and realizing you're in trouble. Alberto Gine Lopez from Spain. One of the Olympians. I interviewed him yesterday. Very excited to be competing in a couple of weeks. Popular man on tour. And that's why he's such an exciting climber to watch. He makes the clip from that position. A lot of people coming over first. Now swings over into this rest. Temperature nice and cool in the stadium. Perfect conditions as he makes the slap work. Alberto up to the pimps. He's going to want to flick that left hand underneath the rope, which he does. Just catching it can be a bit awkward sometimes. Oh, loses the toe for a second there. Switches back to the heel instead. That's going to have got his heart rate going. Peter Lucan is in action next to him on the women's route as Alberto cuts loose. Easily controls the swing. It looks like that moment hasn't put him off too much.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks relaxed.
Alberto, one of those climbers who certainly climbs better when he is in a sort of chilled frame of mind.
Yeah.
Making easy work of this blue section. Let's make some progress on this head wall, shall we? We want to see the top of this route as he bumps out, pinching that dual textured surface. This is where we've been losing everyone, but he makes it stick. And now he's standing with a high heel. Look into the crimps. Alberto Gines Lopez will jump to the top on this one of the leaderboard at the moment as he makes the clip. Not long to go now. A few holds remaining up to these banana-shaped holds. The first athlete we've seen get to this section of the route as a crowd get behind him. On the right, Jan Ugambret on the left. Our last two athletes on the wall. The last two, you can make a bid for the finals. Stefano, following Alex's style and climbing very quickly, but now starting to hesitate, makes the catch on the left. Comes back down, deciding not to clip yet. He's getting to the end of his tether, but now he's going to have to clip, and this could be awkward for him. It's very stretched out. You can see trying to find a toe hook in order to make the clip. Decides against it, goes with the right. Stefano Gasolfi high up on the head wall, but no top for the men. As we watch Jan Ugambret, will we see a top for the women? We haven't seen one yet. According to our scores, that's not enough for Stefano Gasolfi to make it into the finals. We just watched him. What can Janja do as she comes out into the slopers now? Big cut loose and a swing. It's starting to rain here in Villars. The wall, of course, very overhanging, so shouldn't really affect it, but might bring an element of humidity into this final climb. Janja makes the clip, climbing well at the moment. So good at balancing speed when she climbs.
Yeah.
Seems like she can time it down to the last 10 seconds in a route and still have time to spare. Janja clips low, taking this moment to rest. We know there's really two rests here. There's the one she's currently in, and then there's the knee bar rest coming up if she decides to use it. Janja just resting, chalking up. Looks like she's not going to use this knee bar, deciding instead with the lower heel. But there's the knee, Janja. Is she going to use it? She doesn't. She's rested enough, I think. Heel hooks that hold. Into the slope, but so controlled throughout.
Yeah, she looks relaxed.
Janja.
Wow, new
bounces out
beta.
left. Shakes up and reaches into that pinch on the volume. Will we see a final top in the women's semi-final? It would be nice to get a clip of the chains. Janja almost brushing that hold there as she comes into it, into that dish. We saw so many athletes lose. Now this is the tricky little hop. She sets herself up, makes it look easy. Janja then, she's in the vertical section of this wall. Ice cream hold coming up. Gets the fingers behind it and into this pressy part. Good little rest there if you can make it work with that high left foot. Stretching that arm down and pressing up with the right. Almost getting a sort of semi-knee bar in there with her hand and the knee. Janja, she's got 1:45 on the clock, so plenty of time in order to do this, and she'd love a top. Janja just sitting down now. This is the move we saw Luchka on. Janja crossing through, finding every moment to rest as she looks down. A little smile on her face there. Just working it out. The route setter told me this section is very complicated. It's hard to read.
Yeah, it's a lot of dual tech on the volume.
Janja now, we saw Laura getting very, very close to the top. She just missed a slap into the top two slopers. Janja, as the rain falls, making her way ever upwards towards those chains. Will we see a top? MC urging her on for the jump. Here it is. Pop, and she holds it. Janja Garnbret will top this route out, and she makes the clip. Oh, hesitates the clip for a second, having to fight a little bit, finally gets it.
Yeah, he has no medal in lead, but he has, I think, few medals in bouldering. He just won in Salt Lake City, the last bouldering competition in USA. And then I think he took 1 or 2 silver medals a few years ago.
Yeah, that graphic we saw is just for the lead comps underneath his name. But yeah, he was in Salt Lake City in high-performing boulder mode. And yet, although we perhaps think of Sean maybe as a boulderer, he has got some really good endurance, as he's shown.
Yeah, he's very light. He has a lot of endurance, and his style is quite dynamic. So I think in this route could be very good, especially in the first section. And then the crimpy section maybe it's not his style, but could do very good as in semi-final.
The wind has blown through a little bit, getting rid of that fog cloud that rolled in earlier, perhaps improving conditions for Sean as he reaches up from that mantle press position. This is slightly awkward though. He's going to have to get his foot, which he does.
I think this was the best way to pass these cracks.
Certainly energy efficient on that one. No cut loose moves. Sean Bailey with 4 minutes 42 on the clock. Just takes a moment to chalk up, resting on that slopey hold before he launches into the next part of this route. The route setters splitting it via colours. Give you guys an idea at home watching where we are on the wall, and of course that graphic on the left. Sean goes up into the pinch. And then pops up into the yellow. Sean climbing like it wasn't damp out there. He's looking so confident with every move.
Yeah, he's climbing well until now.
Watch that dual texture hold though, Sean. You can see his left foot slipping a little bit. The crowd being wonderful here tonight, fully behind all these athletes. Does make a difference having a cheering audience. Sean very calm at the moment.
Yeah, he's taking his time.
He's probably going to know there's no tops at the moment. I think he would have heard the crowd go crazy for a top, so he's aware that he doesn't necessarily need to get the top to win, but Alberto Gines Lopez, who's coming behind him, he's going to be certainly going for that top, so Sean will do everything he can to secure this. But first of all, he needs to get onto the podium, and there's Paul Jemps, 4th position.
Yeah, when we are in isolation, we cannot see the other climbers climb before us. The only thing we can understand is hearing the crowd. If the crowd is very loud, we understand that the climbers before us is going very high, and if the crowd go crazy, we understand that the climber could have top. And this could help, but sometimes it could be not very useful because it makes us more nervous.
Fascinating insights there. Stefano Ghisolfi, of course, the finalist many, many times. We're lucky to have him here with us tonight to watch this finals. But Sean Bailey has found a very unique resting position. We haven't seen this before.
Yeah, on the next hold.
And now he moves on. This is the crimpy section. Stefano hinted that it might not be his style. Let's see how he manages it. Drops that right knee right down low and reaches up for the pinch. Outside flag into the left crimp. And now this is the nasty one, the one that spat off a few. Sean Bailey making it look like it's incredibly easy though. Oh, almost dropped that press, dynamically popping into it.
He couldn't clip, or did he clip?
It's hard.
Yeah, no, he couldn't clip.
Yeah, he hasn't clipped.
Now. Yeah.
Good spot that, Stefano. I couldn't see it.
Okay, but he did it now.
You're allowed to climb past the quick draw, but you have to make sure it's clipped at some point. Sean Bailey just casually hanging out halfway, 3/4 way up this lead wall with a minute and a half to go.
He looks relaxed. And he's a bit shorter than Alex, so I think this position fits better for him.
Yeah, true. Alex was sort of a bit squished under
Yeah,
there.
it was too squished. Here is, I think he's resting. Yeah, he's even clipping from that position. For Alex, I think it was impossible. He was too squished on the upper volume. He looks relaxed.
Right, Sean Bailey now as he comes in to the top of this wall. Slightly hesitating getting out of this position. It is a strange move as he reaches up into the dish and jumps into 2nd position. He's going for Magos' score here. Remember, Alex kind of foot popped. Sean Bailey, though, this is the move that almost did for Alex, but Sean has got to it. Into 1st position for Sean Bailey. as he eyes up the finishing hole. Will he be the person to top this route? Only one athlete to go as Sean Bailey comes across with no feet into these nasty last few crimps. And when you're doing it on the world stage, every slip feels so much more important.
Just looks like the ballet, yeah. All right, here she goes.
So Jenya Gambit, our final athlete out here tonight in this final that has been so exciting to watch. Laura going up with the crimps.
I just love how she climbs. Just look at her hands. This is crazy.
Yeah, total control early on, but we know what's to come.
Yeah.
We've witnessed what it takes to finish this women's route, so will Jenya be able to get it done tonight? Let's find out. Walking her feet from right to left. That's that yellow bracelet on her leg that indicates a negative COVID test, in case anyone's wondering.
Vaccinated.
Vaccinated, yeah, exactly.
Well, I do have it, but I am not vaccinated.
Jenya now, no feet up to the slopers. And this move, I would say, is a classic Jenya.
Yeah,
Are we going to see a
definitely.
Jenya flick in this moment, her body position where she kicks her head and her legs backwards in order to
With
steady
her
herself?
All right. She's just looking.
And there it is.
And there it is.
Jenya, thinking
It's-
about the clip here, she's got to boost up to it, which she does. Comes down for the rest.
But her clippings are, yeah, amazing.
Athletic clipping.
Yeah.
Right, Jenya through the danger moment, and now she's going to be gunning for that rest that we know is waiting.
Right first, okay. Then left, and this is it. Oh, just get the whole thing.
Interesting beater from Jenya, just having to bump that hand.
Who needs those holes anyway?
No problems with the slippy surface. You can see just drilling her right foot, rubbing it onto that volume to make sure of the purchase.
Doesn't slip. I mean, I think they just can feel the humidity is there, so they just take care of every single detail, and
Yeah, she's
it's
just
pretty good.
making sure of every move.
Making sure everything is good.
Right, Jenya finds the rest.
Oh, she clipped before. She's the only one to do that.
Yeah, slight change in styles.
Okay, oh, I'm so excited to see her climbing the second part of the route. Looks like the route is divided in two parts. One really slippery and tricky part, and one really just get bumpy and yeah, just going for it, you know. And this is something I can't really do at the moment, like switching styles that much. And this is crazy to see how those climbers in finals just can't do that. And yeah, this is experience, I guess. So let's see how fast she can switch.
Yeah, Jenya, you said it well, Oriane. Like, it is a change in styles.
Oh, she's going in the poppy section. She's not pumped at all.
No, certainly finding the good rest. She's got 2 minutes 40, which is a lot of time left. Climbed quickly to this point so far, and now she can just take her time through
Well,
this.
6 minutes to climb in a route, right?
6 minutes, yeah, so 2.5 minutes left.
All right.
How's those sweaty hands, Oriane?
Pretty much sweatier than it was before. Oh,
Right, Jenya now. She eyes up that tick mark on the top of the volume.
she's going. Why?
Looking good at the moment, coming up into 5th position currently. Into the pinch.
She's not pumped. She doesn't look pumped at all.
Perhaps having to work a little bit though now as she comes into these very, very small crimps. She's going to look for the high heel, and that's how bad that crimp is.
You can see her tattoo.
Right, Jenya, time to jump, or is she going to use the more static approach that we saw at Laura?
She's gonna jump.
Oriane's money is on a jump, let's see. Jenya just taking a moment there, face pressed against the wall.
Wow.
Perhaps
We
pumped.
can see how overclimbing it is. Why?
Really is. Jenya just breathing hard here, resting on these small crimps.
1 minute 20. It's going pretty well.
How she's doing that is beyond me, but
Whoa, she's resting on Deuce.
yeah, she's going to have about a minute left. And now she sets herself up for this all-important pot move. Big jump out, and she wraps her arms around it in order to stick it. Looks down at the ground, checking the clock, 55 seconds to go, and one move remaining. It might come down to time, and at the moment she's quicker. Yanni Garnbrett, 42 seconds to go.
Last climb of the evening. Everyone is there going for it. Has she done it?
She
And
pops,
she has done it.
sticks it. Yanni Garnbrett
30 seconds.
will
She has
finish
done
this
it.
route.